Mm. That's good morning, or good night, whenever you're watching this, it really doesn't matter. Welcome to the 4th edition of Josh Hunter's Bedtime Stories, and yes, I am wearing the same get up. Why? Because I like this outfit. And, I don't really know what to talk about. Oh, here you go. Kids, if you are old enough to drink, well,
Then it wouldn't be kids, right?
young adults, there we go. Um, Screw it. Kids drink too. Your parents just you don't know about it. Lock the liquor cabinet. If you if you want to
Now
try some,
mom's got lots of
it,
liquor cabinet. She's gonna yell at me. Why are you drinking? B, why are you drinking?
if you want to drink something good, have a mojito. I don't think it's a gay drink. Mojito. For those of you who get that Family Guy reference, kudos to you.
Kudos.
Um, something I actually want to talk about. I want to talk about an actor who is actually well known, but doesn't really get, or hasn't really gotten the credit he deserves until recently. Robert Downey Jr. Um, for those of you who don't know about who Robert Downey Jr. is for some reason, he's in the new movie The Soloist that's out right now, which looks really good. The reviews have been so-so for it, but I think that's more because Jamie Foxx can't keep his Negro Uncle Tom mouth shut. We're talking going after 16-year-old girls, but, who among us hasn't done that? I'm kidding, but,
Corey.
but, but Robert Downey Jr., though, honestly, one of the best actors we have out there. If you haven't seen Iron Man yet, for some reason, please go watch that right now. It is the best thing Marvel has produced since ever. Since he's fucked up Spider-Man.
One,
But
two, or three.
two,
One wasn't bad.
2 and 3.
Okay.
Second half of 2 and all 3. That's another bedtime story. We won't go on Spider-Man, but Robert Downey Jr. is one of those guys that if you haven't seen, um, God, now I'm blanking. If you haven't seen Chaplin, if you haven't seen even Ally McBeal, as crappy of a show as that is, and believe me, no one hates Calista Flockhart, aka the girl that doesn't eat, more than me, but if for some reason you haven't watched any episodes with Robert Downey Jr. in it, he makes the show tolerable. Um, Here's a perfect analogy. It's like having the best condiment or whatever you add to liver and onions, and liver and onions is the most disgusting thing you can eat. But if you put some hot sauce, at least for black people, maybe you could eat it. That's what Robert Downey Jr. is. He's hot sauce. Plus, he's hot to look at too. So.
Holy crap, is he ever? He is like a Greek god. Zeus would be jealous.
I'm not gay, but come on, he's a great looking guy. But Iron Man is definitely something you have to watch. And even if you're not a fan of Ben Stiller, watch Tropic Thunder, because that is a movie that's worth watching just to see him be black, because it's epically good. I mean, honestly, it is one of the best comedies I personally have ever seen. So, Robert Downey Jr. is definitely one of those people that watches new stuff, but go back and watch his old stuff too, because you'll appreciate him that much more as an actor. And, honestly, kids, as far as these bedtime stories are concerned, they're going to be random. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It's going to be just like the written ones that I've put up. It's going to be movie reviews. It will be music reviews. It will be rants about people I hate and things I hate. And I don't start school for another month, but I guarantee you once I'm actually getting out. By the way, for those of you who don't know for some reason, I've moved to Austin, Texas. So I'm no longer in California, which is why I'm actually happy as I'm doing it. So definitely, these are going to be just as random. The format won't change. It'll just be me improving. I don't really think about what I'm going to say
It's true.
before these. I kind of think of a central topic, and I kind of just branch out from there. But these will continue to be put up pretty much until I get bored. Because honestly, if you guys watch them, great. If you don't, I still have fun making them. And alcohol continues to do that. So you guys have a great night. Definitely subscribe to the channel. Definitely check out Vampire Columnist. And our next bedtime story, I just decided, is going to be the Twilight one.
Yeah!
So we will talk a little Twilight. I haven't finished reading the first book yet. I'm working on
He
it.
barely started.
I'm like literally a fifth of the way through.
Okay, this is where he is. For those people who've read Twilight, he's on the part where Bella meets Jacob at La Push. That's like, what, page 129?
125, yeah, pretty close.
Well, that's sad. I was guessing on a whim, too. And there's like, what, 400 pages in the book?
About that.
So that just shows how far he is.
But it's okay. But on a congratulatory note, my little sister's almost done with school, and her grades are very good. And
25 more days.
and she gets to go to TwiCon, so I mean,
See, I get to
so
go to TwiCon.
and her friends come up from California, so I mean, TwiCon's gonna be fun for her. Plus, she gets to meet Carlisle, who's awesome.
Carlisle is the shiz.
But anyways, we're gonna wrap this up. We will talk Iron Man 2, which is coming out next year. That will be after Twilight. So let me just lay out the next couple of bedtime stories. We're doing Twilight. We're going to talk about Iron Man 2. We're going to talk about the villains that are supposedly in it, and my theories for what the third Iron Man is going to be, because they've already confirmed there will be a trilogy. We'll talk Avengers. We'll wrap that in, tie that into the Avengers movie that comes out in 3 years, and we'll talk greatest stoner movies of all time. Which is something I've actually been in pretty heavy debates about.
I know what yours gonna be.
And something we'll also talk about. We'll talk about movies this summer that are gonna be good and that are gonna suck, because we've got Transformers 2, we've got New Night at the Museum, we've got Star Trek, which I'll be seeing opening night this Friday. We've got quite a few big summer blockbusters, and I use that term loosely, that are either going to be really good or that are going to suck. So we'll talk all that within the next couple of bedtime stories. So you guys have a good night. Keep watching these. Keep subscribing to the channel, and we'll see you guys next week. All right.